Hey guys, welcome back to Rune Pr0n, the series where I take your guys' sexiest runes sent in to me and show them off for the world to see. As always, let's just get right into it here with the top runes that have been sent in. This is Apparel with his Brazilian Rune Pr0n, continuing from last Rune Pr0n episode. Now this is a slot 6 destroy rune with 25 speed on it. That's velocity in Brazilian or Portuguese. And then there's flat attack, some crit rate on there, and HP percent. Really the main thing is the 25 speed. I almost called it velocity again, but it's speed. It's 25 speed on a defense rune. It's on his Bernard, and I can see exactly why it's on his Bernard, because anytime you have a 25 speed rune on slot 6, it doesn't come very often. Actually, the highest speed rune that I have on my slot 6 is it's 20. That's the highest I got. It's nothing more than 20, so I'm sorry, but that's a pretty good rune. Okay, moving on from this rune, thank you so much, Pr0n. This is a bash with his or hers slot 3 violent rune. It has resistance, defense, HP, all over 20%. Try getting that on a rune and send it in to me, because that is not easy. That is not easy to do. The crit rate you could probably switch out for like some speed, which would make it even better. But overall, great rune. You can use it on like he has a Panda, any sort of tank, Chaseun, healer, Villadual, really anything that is a tank monster that needs violent, which is so many different monsters, could use this here very rune. Okay, moving forward from that, we have Michael73990 with a slot 2 speed blade rune. Now the reason why this is in here, because it has a 25% crit damage sub, you can see right here, with 16% attack power, 6% defense, but really its main thing is the crit damage and the attack power. So really cool rune to have. I would put it on really any monster that needs high crit damage and attack. You can put it on like a Theomars, you can put it on a Lucian, even a speed Lucian. So many different options to use this rune on. Really nice. Thank you so much, Michael. We have Pity the Fool next, because he pities the fool. And this is a slot 3 blade rune. Now this is on the list because it has a high crit rate sub, but it also has crit damage and speed. Now you can't get attack percent on slot 3, so that's about as good as it's gonna get for a Lucian that he has this rune on, and you can use it for any other nuker as well. So really nice rune there to see. Next up we have Mage Rahine 112. This is a slot 1 fatal rune. It has 16 base speed on it, ungrinded, and then it has crit rate, crit damage, and attack. So anytime you have all those subs that all work well together, there's no wasted subset other than maybe this one where you can have like a HP percent in there instead. This rune is really nice. It could be used on bombers, it could be used on nukers, Lucians, anything that needs speed and attack damage dealing subsets, which is a lot of different monsters. So really nice there. Mage. Up next we have Shadow Nova Tildas, and then we have this one. This is a slot 3 guard rune with crit damage at 25% and crit rate, and it has defense and resistance. If this didn't have defense on it, it may not have made the list, but the fact that it's a guard rune with defense and you can put it on somebody like a Copper for Guild Wars, or even any monster that does damage based on defense like a Fire Panda as well, Vrad, something like that, this is going to be amazing for it. So really nice rune to have that. Doug the Pleno. This is a slot 3 Swift Rune. And this is 21% crit rate, speed, defense, and resistance. The main thing is this, the velocity, the plus 11 speed, and then the 21% crit rate. He has it on a Theomars. I think it's a good choice to have it on a Theomars or Hua. Anybody that does damage based on their speed. Plus they have the need to have crit rate. So even like Lagmaron, Taylor, something like that along those lines, it works perfectly with those as well. From there we have another Shadow Nova Tilda Pr0n. This is a crit damage despair rune with 27% attack base with no grinds. 27%, it's crazy. Then you have crit rate, accuracy, HP, and defense. I would use this on really the main. I would probably switch out HP or accuracy, one of those with speed, and then put it on like a Zeros or somebody that does maybe like a Samath, something like that. So this would be crazy good for this. Thank you, Shadow Nova. Okay, we have Fierus or Fires with a slot 6 accuracy Swift rune. The reason why this is on here is because it has a huge base attack sub. Anything over 40% is probably going to make it on Rune Pr0n, because 40%, I don't think I even have anything over 40%. So that's really cool. Okay, moving on. We have Panda Tilda with speed, violent rune, slot 2, of course, with HP, defense, crit rate, and accuracy. Now this can be used for like a really any fast nemesis violent healer. So you can use it on, say, Chaesoon, Ariel, any other like Beladion, somebody that's going to be using speed, HP, defense, and like those tank substats as well. So that's a cool rune from Panda. I don't know what I was trying to say there. Okay, this is Andres RD30, kind of like R2D2, but he has a rage rune with attack, speed, crit rate, and HP. I would probably want to see crit damage instead of that HP subset, but the fact that it's speed at 16 and you can get that up to like 20 easily with the attack percent substat on a rage rune, this is gorgeous for any Lucian, any damage dealing rage monster out there. This is really, really nice rune. Dark Shadow 2 gives us a slot 1 guard rune with crit rate, speed, crit damage, and attack. Again, anytime you have no unwasted substats in a rune, it's probably going to make it on there, especially since it has super high of those as well with attack and speed. And then I would want to see maybe these switch with crit rate at 11% instead of crit damage, but either way, this is a really, really good rune. Is it either or is it either? I don't know. Anyway, so we have Dark Shadow 2 again with a slot 5 blade rune. This has 22% crit rate, attack, accuracy, and HP. The reason why this is on here is because you could put this on a slow Lucian, so somebody that's going to have a protection from Chloe, have double speed boost from Bernard, Megan, something like that, and needs a whole lot of crit rate. Or if you can get the other subs like from speed and stuff from a different rune, that's why this is on here with that huge crit rate and attacks substats. Next up we have this little one here, which is from Loe Kimisea, and this is a slot 2 revenge rune with speed as the main subset. The reason why this is on here is because it has crit rate, crit damage, and HP and resistance. I would probably put this on a monster that does damage based on max HP, which needs some crit rate and crit damage, like a beast monk or something like that, or even Chow. Maybe I would rather see like an attacker or HP main stat, but the main stat being speed. You can lose speed on other runes and then gain the HP or the attack main stat up from the other rune subsets. So this is still a really good rune. I just wanted to kind of talk to you guys about that one. The next one is Your Mom is a Mount. So don't mount my mom, please. This is a slot 3 resistance blade rune, and it gives us 33% HP. 33% HP with speed, crit rate, and crit damage. Again, this is going to go on something that needs a lot of HP, does damage based on HP, which needs crit rate, which needs crit damage. I would probably say another Beast Monk type rune as well. Here's another one from Your Mom is a Mount. This is slot 3 blade rune, and it has 28% accuracy, which doesn't happen very often. You know, a lot of people, they sell accuracy runes really quickly, so to see somebody with a high accuracy rune, it's kind of nice. It's kind of refreshing. Like, you don't see it very often, so it's there. It's like, I don't know. It's, you know, it's like one of those little kinky rune prawns that you just, I don't know, just something. Anyway, so Juicy Fish gives us a 41% HP slot 1 despair rune. Again, anything over 40% is probably going to make it on this series because it doesn't happen often. The fact that it's on a despair rune, you could probably throw it on somebody like Praha, Juno, just make them super obnoxiously tanky, and then pair it with maybe a Leo, so that way they don't have to have speed too much. Would be something cool to see as well. So thanks Juicy Fish for that. We have Pr0n's, I'm just gonna say Pr0n's. Maybe that's what it is. This is a 27% HP rune, but it has 19 speed on it. So this one, it sacrifices a little speed. I'm sorry, it sacrifices a little HP to get a little bit more speed, but then it also has some decent other stats as well as crit rate, attack, and HP. But I would see this on any sort of Despair Nemesis, Praha, Juno, Triton, you know, any one of those that would need speed and HP, because this is really good. And I'd probably switch out the attack for defense percent instead. That's what I would do. Okay, so now up next we have Massivic. This is the last rune we're showing because we're over the limit already, and I should have stopped at the last one, but this is a 31% attack swift rune, slot 1 with HP, speed, and accuracy. The reason why it's on here is because it's probably going to be a super high attack, HP, and speed. So it's not grinded, but I can see the potential in this rune for any sort of like Teo or Lagmaron, something that does damage based on speed that you can use a swift set on, even Hua or something like that for R5. Things like that, that's what you guys want to be looking at this rune for. But other than that, guys, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, stay soupy. Don't forget to send your rune Pr0n in this format to soupyrunes@gmail.com. That's soupy, SOOPY, runes@gmail.com. As always, stay soupy, don't be potatoes, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.